Okay, how to create the most influential Edinburgh show from the last 15 years.
Luisa is someone who I think, again, What Would Beyoncé Do is one of the most significant shows of my generation of comics. And again, very easy for people to write it out of history, I think, or people who don't know about it, who didn't come up at the same time as it, to not really appreciate what it meant. That show legitimized the Free Fringe in a way that shows before, which had all been brilliant, but hadn't quite done yet. And I think there was a lot of cynicism directed towards that show that was quite hypocritical, and Am I Right Ladies did it again. I think there are comedians today who don't know they're influenced by her. And I don't think people will know how much before Louisa did those shows at Edinburgh, especially the What Would Beyoncé Do show, the difference in how people approach the Fringe. And there were some people now, like fantastic new comics, who approach the Fringe and follow Louisa's kind of blueprint and probably don't know that that's what they're doing.
So I had the show title, What Would Beyoncé Do? And I needed an image. So in Edinburgh, when you walk around and you see all the giant posters that artists and acts have, what you don't realise is they cost thousands of pounds to be able to have those posters up. And you need the posters up so that people know about your show, so they come to your show. Like, how do you get people to come and put bums on seats? And very often it's the artists that pay for those posters, but they end up in debt for the rest of the year. So they would pay several £1,000s, they would lose loads of money at Edinburgh, and then work the rest of the year to pay back the money for those posters. Now, in a couple of years previously, I had been up there with a two-hander show, and these poster sites were so expensive. And I remember there was a building site where they had some like canvas wrapped around this building site, and these kids were graffitiing on the wall. And I was like, I should get them to graffiti. We should get them to graffiti our the name of our show on the freaking wall. And so I gave this kid like £5. I was like, can you put like this show, please? Whatever it was, 11 o'clock at the Meadow And they graffitied it on. I gave him like a £5, and I loved it. It was there for like 2 days. It lasted, and I loved it. I was like, that was very cool. So when it came to creating the artwork for What Beyoncé Do, I kept thinking about like, what could I have? What could I do? Did I want to use a Beyoncé album cover? I tried it. It wasn't really for me. And then, because the show isn't actually about Beyoncé, it's about me and my life, and I just use her as a soundtrack to it. And so I remember that thinking the graffiti, and a guy that I'd met at the bingo was a photographer, but also did graffiti and also did photography on the side. And I asked him to meet me at the South Bank. And this is a picture from the South Bank Centre. So this is me outside the South Bank, and I paid him like 50 quid, and he graffitied What Beyoncé Do on the wall. And then I put my costume on, and I'd always had big old earrings. I had my hair all like permed at the time. I had permed hair. It was very Whitney, 1980s. And I sat in front of it with the graffiti can, just being like I'd done it. So it's actually a real image. So this is the image, and then this is what I made into a poster. So this is actually the original flyer for the free show. So you'd have paid shows that people would pay to get in, and then you'd have free shows where you just hired the room. You paid for like a fee to get into the catalogue that everybody saw that you were on, and then people paid money in a bucket at the end if they liked the show. So this was the free show. This was some of the quotes I'd had from afterwards, from the preview, and this was the Meadow Bar, 2nd to the 26th of August, not the 13th. Buccleuch Street in Edinburgh, and that's 2012. So that's my original poster, because I wanted the artwork to reflect the show and the culture and my audiences and the times. And I was so proud of that poster and that image. And what would happen is, when you do a free show, is you would be in between the rooms, clearing out between the rooms. And because my audiences were black, white, Asian, mixed, girls, gays, I really wanted them to come and feel like it was a party. And so I would curate a playlist. I curated a playlist for the Beyoncé show that I played every time they were in there. But you didn't have access to speakers or really stuff, like you had to bring that equipment in. And I needed music for my show. So I bought this old... It was like an alarm radio that you could slot in an old like iPad Nano or iPod Nano, whatever they were called, into, but it had a remote control. So I put the speaker in the room and would use that with a remote control across it to have the music. And I curated this playlist, and this was very much a soundtrack for the audiences that were coming in. So I found the What Would Beyoncé Do soundtrack. This is one of the playlists that I had. So I think I would open with this song by Miguel, because I really liked this as audiences were coming in. So audiences were coming in, so they were coming in, I'd have the music started. There was this little 60-seater room, I'd be clearing glasses. There was toilets at the back of the room with a hand dryer that you could hear. I'd get people in and I'd fast forward through the songs to get people in the mood to get them dancing, right? And then as the show was getting ready to start, I'd have like a domino and it would just get people bouncing. I wanted them in their chairs bouncing. Now I'd be there with my outfit, so I had my black and white trousers, my gold top. It was cold outside because it's Edinburgh, so I had like a grey hoodie on. It's like Pavlov's dog. I feel like I want to start clearing glasses and getting the room ready. And audience be coming in, sitting down, and then when the show was ready to start, this was my pre-show song that I would play. And I'm getting ready in the room. I'm in the room doing things, clearing out, getting ready to start. I've got like a 10-minute turnaround to try and get this room ready. And I had this song on because I was on my own in Edinburgh. I didn't have a team. I really believed in the show that male comics were like, you're not a comedian, this is weird, why are you doing music, it's cheating. But I really believed in the show and I really believed in me, and I was like, I swear this is something. Like I swear, like I really want to give it to people. And so I had this song playing right before I'd start, almost to be like a mantra. So the referee rings the bell, till both the eyes start to swell, till the crowd go home, and what you're going to do? Give them hell. And I'm like, you got to give them hell. Turn their heads. You're going to live life till we're dead. Give me scars. Give me pain. Then they'll say to me, say to me, say to me. And it was just a mantra. And then I wanted a song that reflected my friendship groups and my audiences. This is what I used to listen to all the time at uni. So I played Run Medville, and they'd be like, whoa! And you could tell a lot by the room, by how they reacted to the songs and the playlist before the show started. You could tell how up for it they were. And they were up for it. And what I learned by playing songs and curating it like this was that I'm teaching my audiences how to behave. I'm teaching you how I want you to be in this room. That this, you are a safe space. This is a welcome space. This is not your regular stand-up comedy show. In my show, what I like to do is have a party. And so this song was a song that was right before the show started. It's called Feel the Love. It's by Rudimental. And it was the song that was getting everybody in the room to be like, I want you to feel the love. Can you feel it too? And so I'm clearing the glasses, putting things away, and I'd have this playing. And what I do is right before the show starts is I would teach them what I want them to do, what I want from them. So I would be like, guys, thank you so much for coming to the show. It's lovely to have you all here. Are you ready to have a good time? Yay! Okay, so my show's a bit different. In my show, what I like to do is have a party. And they'd be like, yay! Or sometimes they'd be like, and you'd be like, it's gonna be a hard show. But most of the time they'd be like, yay! And again, this is something that I learned from clearing the glasses and having the music on the background. Turn the music up. Use the music to get them on side, get them involved. It would go crazy. And then when the show started, I would start by, I was like, I need to say my name because people need to know my name, and the name's not in the title. It's Louisa Omilan, Louisa Omilan. How do I get to be able to know that I'm Louisa Omilan? And as I was getting ready for the show, one of the early shows, I had this grey hoodie on because it was cold, and I walked there and music was playing, and I unzipped this hoodie and I took it off, and somebody went, and I was like, of course, they're always watching. Like, that's part of the show. And so then what I did is I got an audience member to introduce me, because I just cleared the glasses, sat them down. And I was like, I don't want to be like, hi, welcome, I'm Louisa to the show. So I got an audience member up and I created this joke about my name, and I got them to introduce me, and then the hoodie very much became part of the show. And I did that night in, night out. So why don't I play the show and we can watch it together and I can tell you all about it. Okay, so let's watch the show, shall we? A few things to bear in mind. It seems familiar now, this show. If you watch it, you're like, oh, that's hack, or that's familiar, or whatever. That's because it is now. Okay, so at the time it wasn't. This was written in 2012. It was actually written in 2011, and I performed it in 2012. And the recording that you're about to see was 5 years later, filmed by the BBC. This was a show that was out the year before Fleabag, the couple of years before Nanette, and the year or two before Girls. So this was very much a show of its generation, of its time, and I think that it really kind of shifted the landscape. There wasn't a show out there like this, and I know that, and the reason that I know that is because that's why I created it. So I'm going to share with you some behind the scenes things. I haven't watched it in a while, so we'll see how this feels.
Thank you so much for coming to the show. What I like to do is make sure that we have a bit of a party!
So this is where I get an audience member to come up and introduce me.
Take a seat. Right, basically, I need a warm-up act because, like Beyoncé wouldn't introduce herself, so you wouldn't get Beyoncé being like, "Oh, welcome to the stage, me." Right. So who here wants to be my warm-up act? Oh, I love that. This is so cute. The person that avoids all eye contact automatically nominates themselves. Welcome to the stage. This woman in the white top, you. Come on, welcome to the stage.
So you always pick the person that doesn't put their hand up. Whoever puts their hand up, you pick the person next to them. And what I'm doing here is establishing the response, the call and response I want from the audience.
Guys, can I have some privacy, please? Me and Shanine, okay? So. Okay, Shanine, what I need you to do is come out here, do your best five, right?
Now that is my first joke because I come on, I talk through the mic on stage, and then I ask for privacy, and then as soon as I turn around, my headset mic comes on. Now, if you'll notice, I always wore big gold earrings, and I've only got one big gold earring in. Everyone's like, "Why have you only got one earring in?" Because the mic is there, because I needed my hands free. So that's the first joke of the show, was very much moving from mics, one being on mute, this one working, and then swapping it around. And what I'm doing here is I'm teaching the audiences, this is the lay of the land, this is how I want my shows to be, this is, you're in my house now. And B, I'm about to say my name really clearly 3 or 4 times so people remember my name, because everybody remembered what Beyoncé do, but not Louisa Omilan. So I really wanted to get my name in there. And then I got to do one of my favourite Destiny's Child jokes. I love you, Michelle.
Be like, "Hi, what do you do for a living?" They'll be like, "Oh, I'm a postwoman." Then just drop a really good joke about being a postwoman, okay? I can't write all the jokes for you, babe. You've got to do some work yourself, right? And you're going to be like, "Welcome to the stage, Louisa Omilan. Omilan. Not Omalon. Not oh, I'm a man. Not you're a twat. Why'd you bring me up here? Omilan. Omilan." Right, and then you've got to go, "What would Beyoncé do?" Okay, but you've got to really be like, "What would Beyoncé do?" Yeah? And this lot are going to go batshit cray. You're not even ready.
I was going to say, can we rehearse this?
No rehearsal, bitch. No rehearsal. No, right?
No pressure.
No pressure. I mean, I'm only filming it for the BBC. There's no pressure at all. So, okay. So, Louisa Omilan, what will Beyoncé do? You're not ready for how much love they're going to give you. You're not even ready. Okay? You want all the love. Don't get too used to it, babe. They are here to see me. Okay?
I used to love that joke. They get used to it, babe. They are here to see me.
Deep breath. Right, I know. You're nervous. Fucking how do you think I feel? Right, go on then.
So the audience are going to
Shanine,
root
right?
for her now,
Yeah, okay.
so they're going to get
Shanine,
really on
listen,
side, and that's
how to get
kind of
into
what I
character,
wanted.
Just think of yourself as the Kelly or Michelle.
Welcome everyone to Louisa Omilan. What would Beyoncé do?
Grey jacket, spin round, take it off, spin it round, and always pick a girl. Never dance on the men. Always pick girls. And that kind of just set the energy
Isn't
for
a
the
show
show.
where I'm like, "Oh my god, I love Beyonce! I wish I was like Beyonce." In this show, I am Beyonce. Okay. Okay. And it's weird because in many ways, me and Beyonce are really similar. Like it's crazy, right? Very often people get me and Beyoncé confused. It's adorable. You see, growing up, I thought I'd have the same lifestyle as Beyoncé, but God decided to give me a very different set of cards. Hello. It's weird, because we're so similar. Very often people confuse us. Like, only the other day, somebody stopped me on the street and they went, oh my God, are you mixed race? Thanks, babe. Just a winning smile and a zest for life, but thank you. But here's how I realised that me and Beyoncé were like sisters from another mister, right? Because I was at home, and my little brother blocked the toilet with a really big poo. You know the kind that's really long and thick? If it was a willy, you'd be well in, but it's not, is it, mate? And my mum said to me, it's my job to unblock it, right? So I'm there with a toilet brush, desperately trying to make this thing go down that one-way system, right? And the water's spitting back in my... And my mum says to me, Louise, that's not going to work. You have to go to the garden to fetch a stick. So I found myself not long ago, guys, walking around my back garden, looking for a reasonable-sized stick to break up my little brother's poo with. And while I was doing that, I couldn't help but think to myself, does this happen to Beyoncé? In which case, why the fuck is it happening to me? Look at me, right? Now, because of my attitude, I get called a diva all the time. I don't give a what. Give me a cheer if you've ever been called a diva. It's a good thing. It's a good thing, because as far as I'm concerned, a diva is a female version. Yes, give me a sound.
So what I'm doing there is I'm setting up the call and response between the audiences. So I'm encouraging them to get involved, to take part. I've set up several things. I did a joke about being mixed race. I didn't understand so much about race relations at the time. I just knew that I grew up with friends who were from all over the world whose parents weren't born here. And I really wanted to have a show that was connecting to my friends and to my audiences. And later in the show, after that bit, I set up my first callback. And a callback is something that you reference at the beginning of the show, and then later you bring it back, and it like tickles a part of an audience's brain that's really exciting. So my brother breaking up the poo with a stick, that's a big callback for later on in the show. And this getting them to sing along is basically getting them on side as I'm about to go into some body image stuff. And the body image stuff is to disarm them, is to disarm the audiences, and it's to make the women in the crowd feel loved, because it's all uplifting. Hey, this is my body, this is it, I love it, you love it, let's go. Rather than the traditional, what a lot of men would say about female comics is that they hate themselves. And my show is the opposite of that.
If she couldn't sing and she couldn't dance, but she was fabulous in every other way. When life gives her lemons, PSFYI, I wrote the show 5.5 years ago. I've been saying that line for 5.5 years, and then the bitch brings out the album not long ago, right? If that's not a sign that me and her were separated at birth, I don't know what is. When life gives her lemons, what would Beyoncé do? We're about to find out.
Repeating the title.
Yes! Okay, rule number 1 in the Bible of Beyoncé. Thou art bootylicious. What are you? Damn right you are, bitches. Damn right you are, right? Now, I love my body. I love getting a tan. Who here likes tanning? Yeah. Because cellulite has never looked sexier than when it's orange. Am I right, ladies? Yeah.
And we go into the audience again. Am I right, ladies? Was a catchphrase from this show that then became the title of the follow-up. And here I am, like, dancing all over my audiences. Again, always pick girls. And then dance like no one's watching, even though we're very aware that everybody is. I used to love that. People be like, oh my God, I love how you dance like no one's watching. I'm like, I'm aware you're watching, bitch. I'm doing my best. Damn right it is. I've got a big bum.
It's massive,
but it's behind me, so never bothered doing anything about it.
Never bothered doing anything about it. Front of my face, I'll fix it. Behind me, couldn't give a fuck. Let's talk about eating disorders for a minute, shall we? Let's talk about eating disorders. Oh, I'm sorry, anorexia, bulimia, boo-hoo-hoo. You bitches have had your 5. It's people like me that you should feel sorry for. Yeah. Yeah. Because I grew up skinny. Yeah, I was one of them. And we don't get any fucking sympathy, do we? No. Because I've got the opposite of body dysmorphia. where I get naked and look in the mirror and I still feel like, whoo, damn. And my Facebook pictures tells me that's not quite the reality, is it? See, when I was younger, I was really skinny, right? So when I was younger, I'd be at school, and all my friends had eating disorders, so I'd be in the toilet cubicle at break time, right? And they'd all be in the loo being like this, oh, take that, split up, Whereas I was called twig face, so I'd be outside the cubicle like, no.
That's from Greece, by the way. Working
out, like, oh, pick up a tree. I'll go into New Look, pick up a size 8 pair of jeans that don't fit around my left big toe. I'm there for a good half hour going, Excuse me. Well, this is very strange. Obviously, New Look had done something with their sizes. This has nothing to do with me. I'm a size 14 now, bitch. It's a size 14! Yeah! I tell you who's cheering. The fucking skinny bitches fucking cheering. Fuck you with your carrots, right? I got cellulite to the back of my knees. To the back of my knees! But I love cellulite. Oh, I love cellulite. I see an orange in a fruit bowl, I get a wide on. Because the way I see it, I might be a size 14, have cellulite to the back of my knees, but if I'm sat on your face, mate, it means one thing. You are lucky!
Again, all this crassness at the top, it just sets up the tone, it disarms people. It's not crass, it's true, but you know.
But sometimes I get quite shy. Shy. Especially when I'm naked. I'm so shy, I'm so shy. Like, you know when you wake up in the morning next to some dude after you've just had sexy time? Do you remember those days? Sexy time. And you wake up first thing, right? And you quickly got to run to the bathroom to like brush your teeth and put on some makeup before he wakes up and is like, who the fuck are you? Now maybe when Beyoncé wakes up, she's like, I can see a halo, halo, halo. I woke up like this. When I wake up in the morning, I look like, oh no, please stay, don't be scared. Louisa's gone downstairs. I'm a sister. She asked me to keep the bed warm for you. No, relax, you can't get out through that window anyway. Relax, Louisa, she's coming. Louisa. Now here's my problem. I can't just walk out, right, because I'm butt naked in the morning. Why am I butt naked? Because my knickers are on the top of his cupboard somewhere, because you are flexible when you are drunk here. What?
I used to love that joke. You are flexible when you are drunk here. What? What I really like is being harsh and soft, harsh and soft, harsh and soft. So being like soft and then like, and then, and I do that a few times in this. And I really like the pacing of that and the rug pulls with audiences where you take them into places where they're not expecting. We'll keep going.
I can't just walk out and let him see all my nakedness. Are you fucking joking, babe? I was breathing in for 8.5 hours. I'm not ruining the facade now. I'm not ruining the facade now. I didn't think you lot realise how much effort I put into wooing this fool, because when I make love Clapham Grand, when I make love, it's like a hip-hop video. Apart from I cry a little bit, you know, whatever. Because you know when a guy's making love to you from behind, right? And he's being all like romantic and sensual, right? And he's there behind you like this. Like bam! Like bam! Like bam! 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 I'm gonna beat that pussy up! I'm gonna beat that pussy up! Just really caring.
I used to love that joke. And you could tell if you got a big laugh at that joke.
And you find yourself in front of him like this. Can't just walk out, can you? It's not until you're really in love that you'll let him see all the dimples, is it? When you're in love, you'll let him see all the flaws and all. I was in love with that once. I was crazy in love with my ex-boyfriend. I was so in love with him. We used to sing a duet together where I'd be like, I am in love with you. You set me free. And he'd be like, you are dumped. Please go away.
Fun fact, I used to sing that. I used to go, I am in love with you. You set me free. And he'd be like, you are dumped. Please go away. But we couldn't film it as a song in the recording for the BBC because of the music licensing. So that's why I had to say it.
But more on that later, because it's quite a sad story. This is a comedy. I say more on it later. The majority of the show. Sorry if you thought this was all going to be about Beyonce. Nah, this is my Adele 21, bitches. This is my Adele 21. Now, what people don't realise is how much effort it takes for people like Beyonce and myself to look this fly. You laughed too hard at that? There was no joke there. I have to get my eyebrows done on like a bi-weekly basis. First time I went into the salon, the lady there was like, you want your chin done too? I do now, yes. But I will pay that price for beauty. Why? Because I'm an independent woman. Give me a cheer if you're an independent woman. There's a lot of you bitches in the house. Give me a cheer if you're an independent woman who's in your 30s and moved back in with your mum. Yeah! Yeah! That's on Jim! That's on Jim! I moved back into my mum's house, right? Now my mum's Polish. She's not a cleaner. Don't be such a racist. Why would you say that? That's so racist. She should be. She's a very good one. She loves cleaning. Like, whenever she gets stressed, she cleans. Like, when the bills come in once a month, she's like, I must clean the floor. Oh, that's so much better. It's a bit weird, but it's adorable. Right, here's the thing. Just because I moved back into my mum's house in my 30s does not mean that I'm not a strong, independent woman. I think you'll find I am a strong, independent woman, because I think you'll find that actually the shoes on my feet. Who bought it? Who bought it?
Again, it's audience call and response, but then surprising them.
Now, technically my mum bought the house, but I'm going to inherit it, so it's still totally my song. Okay.
Now, in this, you can actually see my mum. Now, fun fact, we placed my mum, there she is, we placed my mum next to my sister so that on the film, on the shoot, she'd be in the show. And then my mum decided to sit my sister's friend in between them instead, so he didn't feel excluded. So you don't see my sister at all in this. Oh, you see her once, maybe later.
I don't pay any rent.
So what I'm setting up here so far is I've done body image,
Call it spoil. I call it love,
one night stands,
actually.
and now foreign mamas.
You see, I worked really hard for this career. It took me a long time to get here. I went to university and I got a straight first class degree. I got like the highest first in my institution in like years, right? And I came out of university being like so proud and excited, and I was like, oh, hello world. And the world was like, fuck off. You must not know about me. You must not know about me. And I had to sign on. And you know you've been signing on for too long, don't you? When you're high-fiving the security guard on the way into the job centre. It's too long, mate. It's too long. Barry! Good to see you, Barry! Good to see you, Barry! I can't stop. I'll talk to you in 2 weeks' time. Oh, well, I mean, I hope I don't.
I used to love that joke. You used to have to sign at the job centre on every 2 weeks. Now, there's jokes in here that I wouldn't do now because they're hurtful and I didn't realise the connotations at the time. So, for example, accents that are stereotyping or mocking, at the time I did with great love. But ever since then, and for a while, it's very often male comics take on accents and they do it in a derogatory or harmful or hurtful way. And so when people hear it, it's like, understandably, people get upset or offended by it because often it is offensive. And there's terminology and words in here that I wouldn't use now. So I say the word retarded in here. And I just want to say up front, I apologise to anybody who's upset by that. I wouldn't use that word now. And it was part of the show at the time. It's not something that I would do now that I'm older, wiser, and have learnt a lot more. And at the time, because I was doing things with love, I didn't realise that actually on a broader scale, socially, some things are seen as hurtful or painful or whatever to groups of people because they come from people that don't do it from a place of love. Just a little caveat.
No, I've been looking every day. No, I wake up in the morning like I have a job, and I make my job to look for jobs, and then I don't stop until 9:30 at night, just looking. No, I promise that's all I do is look. No, thank you.
And the problem is, after a while, they start sending you for these whack job interviews, right? But you've got no intention of getting, but you have to make the effort for, otherwise they stop the benefits, right? They sent me for this market research position. I thought I'd be good at this, 'cause I'm quite good with people. My job was to go up to members of the public, like yourselves there, guys, and be like, hello, I'm Louisa. Would it be possible to get a little urine sample from you? So I can test you for chlamydia. Is that all right? Do you see Beyoncé collecting piss? Do you? Didn't think so. Now, the problem was I nailed the interview. Of course I did. Look at me. Hello. Because the man that interviewed me was there like this. Listen, Miss Omalamalon. It's own your land. It's very simple. I don't care what your name is. You're going to get rejected quite a lot in this job role. Lots of people are going to come up to your face and they're going to tell you to fuck right off. So can you give us an example of tenacity? I was like, to what? Tenacity. It's a moment in time when you ploughed on despite being in the face of rejection. I was like, oh my God. Yes. Because one time I had sex with this guy and he didn't even fancy me. He was not interested at all. And I got him to fuck me. Have you ever tried to rape a man before? It's very hard, right? I mean, it's not. It's kind of the problem. You know when you meet somebody, you don't know why you're attracted to this person. You don't know why you fancy this for. Maybe it's the dupe he's wearing or something. Like, oh my goodness. Do you remember dupe? The chokehold that dupe had on me.
And he had the emotional maturity of, I don't know, like a retarded baby pigeon. But for some reason, I was like, oh my God, that'd be the most beautiful bird I think I've ever seen. I mean, this guy, I chased him for ages. I kept going up to him being like, hi, I'm Louisa. He'd be like, will you go away? Oh, sorry, I just find you really attractive. I thought you could take me for a Chinese or something. It doesn't have to be a proper restaurant. Just eat as much as you like, and I will. Look, I don't want a girlfriend, okay? I'm not ready for a girlfriend. Oh, you see me as a potential girlfriend? Fuck off! I will hurt you, don't you understand? I'm doing this for your benefit, not mine. I just don't want to hurt you. I'm not ready, just go away. Oh my God, they're so thoughtful. Oh my God, you should come back to my house. We should totally talk about this. Cuckoo, cuckoo. And he did, we had sex. Wah! I didn't hear from him again, but that bitch is his tenacity, right?
I used to love that routine. That was based on a real situation, and obviously it was caricatured, but I had so much fun. There was something about using comedy to empower yourself in situations where actually you feel like a dickhead. You know, where you made a fool out of yourself and you made yourself vulnerable or stupid or look like an idiot or been rejected or whatever it is. And using comedy to highlight that moment and just be like, do you know what? I feel better rather than feeling like the butt of the joke. I own the joke.
Now, Beyoncé is very tenacious, right? And here's what's interesting about Beyoncé, how successful she is and how powerful she is. And the way that she's kind of had to act and behave in order to get there. Because I think there's a different set of rules when it comes to women if you want to be successful and you want to be powerful. Because if you look at Beyoncé throughout her career, she's placed herself as somebody very humble, very gracious, very kind, very generous, right? And it was only actually after she got married that she become as ferocious and outspoken as she is now, which is brilliant. But before then, she was so gracious and humble and quiet, which is weird, because if you look at Kanye or Jay-Z early in their careers, there was nothing gracious or humble about them. 24 hours a day, they were always like, suck my dick, none problems, none this dick, what? Whereas if you ever meet meet Beyonce, or I don't know, watch a lot of YouTube videos.
I used to love that joke. If you ever meet Beyonce, or like, I don't know, watch a lot of YouTube videos. These were asides that I really liked, that were funny, that often only one or two people in the audiences would laugh at, not everybody. But they were the things that for me made it delicious, like made this dish delicious. Like I loved the little asides. It kind of added a layer that was almost like in-jokes for people that were paying attention. Same with the Beyonce song references. It was little in-jokes for people that, you know, they were there for anybody that was willing to catch them.
You ever meet Beyonce? Beyonce was always the opposite. Beyonce was like, oh, I'm sorry. I'm just a girl from the South, and I work so hard until my feet bleed, and I just like to stay home and bake apple pie limo for Jay and Blue Ivy, that's my daughter, and I'm just a regular girl like anybody else that I know. I'm sorry, Oprah, what was that? I'm a billionaire? Oh. Thank you. Thank you. And it seems to me there's a different set of rules when it comes to power between men and women. You think about power, you think about sex, and there's definitely a different set of rules when it comes to sex. I got a different handbook to the one that you fuckers were given, right? For example, ladies, you know when you meet a guy and you bring him back to your place and you're about to make love for the first time, and you're all excited, aren't you? But you're a bit nervous because you're a bit like, oh, hope it fits. Ah! It does, it's fine. I'm actually surprisingly accommodating. I know. You wouldn't think it to look at me, but poof, disappears. Where's my willy gone? Where's my willy gone? I got it, boo, I got it. And you have a mad night of passionate sex with this fool, and to be honest, you don't even know his name, right? So you're just calling him hun, but he keeps calling you babe, so fuck it, you're playing the same console, right? And then he leaves first thing in the morning, someone's got to drive the bus. Toot-toot, see you later. And afterwards, you run downstairs, tell your flatmates or your mum, whoever you live with, I'll fuck this dude. She's very proud. And if you're anything like me, the next day you're like, oh my God, that was amazing. Oh my God, that was amazing. Am I glowing? I've got that glow. I'm glowing, aren't I? I've totally got that glow. No, I didn't even cry. I know, it was amazing. It was so good. Oh my God, do you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to text him. For your friends, like my friends, like text him. What, you can't text him? Don't text the guy. Never text the guy. You're joking, babe. Jeez. Don't text the guy. You can never text. Jeez, no wonder you're single in your 30s. This is what you've been doing your whole life. Never text the guy. Men are very simple creatures. They won't like that. Men do not like being chased. You've got to let the man come after you, okay? You've got to let the man be the alpha male. So what does that make me? Omega-3, I'm not a fish. And then, like, if you text him, that's really inappropriate. Oh my God, that's so awkward. Oh my God, why would you? Oh my God, I feel a little bit. Oh my God, I feel sick for you, Louisa. Like, you can't take. That's really too awkward. That's so forward. Oh my God, that's so forward. That's so awkward, Louisa. You can't take. No, just don't. Okay. Oh, okay. Let me just break it down because I would hate to get it twisted. This man fucked me so hard he gave me a seizure. Yet sending him a text message is too forward. Is it?
Now, I think a lot of the reason that this show was dismissed by media at the time, by broadsheets and reviewers, because often at the time male reviewers were white middle-class men, and this just sounded like somebody being crass on stage. And what I was actually talking about is social politics and social commentary and slut-shaming, and the difference between how men are allowed to be autonomous and women are not allowed to be so. And also I was commenting on the idea of working really hard to get an education and then finding yourself unemployed, and how we are set up to these standards of the X Factor generation of looking up to be like, look at all these pop stars, look at what they are, I should be there. And then we're falling flat and feeling like failures because we're comparing to an impossible comparison, which only happens for one in every however many billion people. And I was commenting on all these things. So I'm commenting on class, I'm commenting on race, I'm commenting on social etiquette, I'm commenting on the gender difference between how we approach one night stands. And rather than recognizing, actually, yes, there's loads of dick jokes and whatever, but there's a depth to what I'm saying, which is why audiences loved it and why I felt the love, because I was talking to them with great love.
I need to be a bit more honest just so you can really see the difference of what we're talking about. This stranger pounded me so vigorously, I squirted all over his bedsheets.
Female empowerment, though. Female empowerment.
going to say it again because I feel like you missed it the first time.
Love that. I love that.
This stranger
I'm going to say it again.
pounded me so vigorously, I squirted all over his bed sheets. We spent the whole night rolling around trying to avoid the pond life that was going on in the middle of the room.
I won't lie, that bit was hard to do in front of my mum, but it was fine. I think it just went over her head.
Message, which is free on my price plan, PSFYI. Oh, that's where it gets awkward, is it? Is that where it gets awkward? I don't think so, bitches. Come on now, can't text the guy. I sucked your dick dry. I think I can text you. Jog on, mate. Jog on.
That would always get such a big cheer, and I love that. I love that as an anthem. I sucked your dick dry. I think I could send you a text. I used to find it so frustrating how you had to have these weird dances in relationships between how men and women approached each other, and I would find it so frustrating. And I would talk to my friends about it, and we would laugh, and we would engage, and we would talk about it and feel better. And so actually sharing it on stage became the safe place. That's where you were like, actually, yeah, this is ridiculous.
I'm going to text him, right? I'm going to text him, but ladies, you've got to be clever about it, right? You've got to be clever about it. You can't text him a statement. He won't reply to a statement. You've got to give him a reason to reply. So you've got to text him a question. So I'll be like...
Beyonce reference. Question.
So I'm like, okay, think of a question, but be breezy. Think of a question, but be breezy. Hello, Louisa, breezy.
So some people laughed at that because they got it. Some people didn't.
So I'll text
Question.
him, like,
Tell
okay,
me how
okay,
you feel
this
about
is really
this.
good. Right, here we go. So I'll be like, hi, hon. Babe here. So, how long does it take to boil an egg? Send. Now, this is actually ingenious, right? Because you're hoping he'll look into the subtext, realise that you're in your 30s and ready to start making some babies. Eggs. Or, if he's a bit slow, he'll just think you're hungry. So either way, you're hoping he'll text back relatively quickly and let you know that he's interested. Ladies in the audience.
Now, what was difficult about it here is because this is a routine that I've been doing for years, but again, I started in my 20s, so I used to have to say, in your 20s, ready to start making some babies, and then it changed to 30s, and now 40s.
Think back to the last time that you were in the situation. Does the boy text back straight away? No. 3 days! What the fuck have you been doing for 3 days? And when you finally get the message back, is it ever worth the wait? Hell no, bitches, hell no! When you finally get that message back from him, do you ever read it and go, well, thank God that took him 3 days? Does the message you get back ever say anything along the lines of, oh, I don't know, hi there, Louisa. Yeah, I actually found out your name when I Googled beautiful.
That was one of my favourite jokes in the whole show. Hi there, Louisa. I found out your name when I Googled beautiful. And what I wrote here is what I would imagine a dream text from a guy that I would like to receive. And it's really funny looking out into the audiences and seeing the women's faces being like, yeah, that's what I'd like too.
Oh, shut up. I love that joke. It's my favourite joke. When I wrote it, I was really excited. I was like, yay, well done me. You can have a biscuit. They're so good. You should have the whole pack. What? Listen, sorry I haven't been in touch. It's my mum's birthday, so I surprised her by taking to the airport for her and her friends for a holiday. I've just got a great relationship with my mum. She's not overbearing or anything. I just respect women. And
2012.
the other night was really unlikely. I have been avoiding relationships, not on purpose. I've just decided to really work on my own sense of self and really make sure that I'm the kind of guy that gets to a place that, like, I'm emotionally mature and ready, so that when I meet the kind of woman that I'm meant to be with, that I make sure that I'm the man that I'm meant to be to, like, deserve the woman that I'm meant to be with. So I've just been really working on myself, and, like, you came along, like, wow, I just wasn't ready for it, Louisa, and then I haven't been able to stop thinking about you since, and I hope you don't mind, but I've gone ahead and been a bit assertive. I hope you don't mind. I just decided to use my loaf for a bit, and I booked a table at number 1 Oriental Buffet on Friday at 8 o'clock.
Number 1 Oriental Buffet was a restaurant in Salford where I went to when I was at uni every Tuesday, right before we went to Elemental, where it was Bashment and R&B night, on a Tuesday after eating an all-you-can-eat buffet. And now, if I eat an all-you-can-eat buffet, I have to fall asleep. I feel like one of those snakes that swallowed a giant pig. Sorry to the pigs.
Because I hear it's your favourite. Well, I don't know if it's your favourite, but they had, like, a picture of you in the window, so I assume you'd won a competition, right? So I booked a table there, and I'd love to take you out on Friday and just get to know you better as a person. So let me know if you can make it, because it would make my day if you could. Love from Hercules. Kiss, kiss, kiss. That's never the response, is it? It's never the response. The message message that I stopped getting on any public transport and I stopped getting on trains because I didn't want to lose my mobile phone reception for any period of time. That I waited 3 days for, that I finally get back from this fool is 5 minutes, full stop, no kiss. Oh, really? Really? That's what I was waiting for, really? Now, apart from the fact that the guy's a complete fucktard and cannot cook for shit because everybody knows it's 3, do I breathe before I respond? Do I think to myself, do you know what, Louisa? You've seen the film he's not that into. You've also read the book twice. Let it go. No. No. Let the games begin, bitches. Let the games begin. No. My message is saved in my drafts folder. Why? Because I wrote it 3 fucking days ago. That's why I write back instantly. You're a legend. Thank you. Kiss, 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 kiss. What? Where in the Bible of Beyoncé does she sing? To the left, come back, I need you, please stay. Come on now, do I look like Taylor Swift?
I felt mean when that came out because I actually love Taylor Swift. I think she's phenomenal, and she is the best at writing the saddest songs.
When I broke up my ex-boyfriend, I read every book under the sun on relationships because he ended the relationship. I wasn't ready for it to end, and I don't know if you've been in that situation before, but it really threw me. So I was like, "There's got to be an answer. There's got to be a way I can fix it, right?" I read all the books under the sun. I read A Breakup Because It's Broken, Why Men Love Bitches, Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus. I read all these books being like, there's got to be an answer. There's got to be an answer. He's not that into you. There can't be an answer. And the messages for women still in all these books is this. When it comes to getting a man, you got to let the man be the hunter. You got to let the man come hunt you. When the man's ready, he'll come out of his man cave. Don't go in his man cave now. He won't like that. When the man's ready, he'll come out of his man cave and he'll come hunt you. Listen, no man wants a relationship. That's not how it works.
I love this
What
bit.
happens
I
is
love
one
this
day,
bit.
A man will wake up, he'll bump his head so hard, all of a sudden, he'll be ready for a relationship. And then he will go outside and he will give that relationship to the first bitch that he lay on. That's why when you see a couple sometimes and you go, how did that happen? That's how that happened.
Love that joke. I love that joke.
When the man is ready, he'll come out and he'll give that relationship first bitch to lay out. And all you gotta do is shave your legs and wash your vagina and make sure you're ready, because you don't know when that lucky day's gonna come. When a man is gonna come home to you. I'm not a rabbit, right? I don't see why I should be outside your freaking man cave with 12 other bitches waiting for the one day for you to bump your head and we could all be there in a line being like, oh, pick me. Why does it have to be like that? Do me a favour, give me the gun. It's gonna be you. Done. Right?
So we're just getting to the middle of the show now. So we've done body image, in your face, one night stands,
being like that and going for what you want isn't sexy.
and
Sometimes
dating.
being a strong, independent woman isn't sexy.
And now
at
being a
all.
strong, independent
I mean,
woman.
look at Margaret Thatcher.
And then I mentioned Margaret Thatcher.
Strong, yeah. Independent, yeah. Sexy. Well, not now, is she? She's dead. I don't see anybody being like, oh, Maggie T, like... I mean, David Cameron, maybe, but I don't know anybody else. But here's the thing, she was a woman and she ran a country. Some might say she was a girl and she ran a...
Now, before we get into this dance, I hated doing this dance. I cannot dance, right? Like, I used to like dancing, but I cannot... Look, I do my own thing, okay? I'm not very good at following a routine. And I could not do this dance. And when I tried to do it, audiences would laugh harder the more I tried. So I learned just to go for it and then they will appreciate it, okay? But just know that I'm aware and that I'm trying my best. Irish dancing. And then I love this line. So I would milk this. I'd be really out of breath, but also I would breathe harder because I was out of breath and I needed to catch it. So this would be a good time to catch my breath. So I'd be breathing out of breath, go to get a drink, which is always a Coke with blackcurrant in it. That's what I used to always have on stage, a Coke with blackcurrant in a straw. Always my go-to drink. Drink it. This is just water, I think. Catch my breath, catch my...
Beyoncé goes to the gym. But I like to keep it real with you bitches. I don't want you to be like, oh, she's so unattainable.
Just like you. I loved that joke. It was too funny. Again, it was one of my favourites.
No, I didn't know much about Margaret Thatcher, right? I thought she was some pop star from the 80s. I didn't know, nobody told me, right? Margaret Thatcher and Beyoncé have actually got a lot in common. Say what? I'll put you in. Both have been very impactful.
So this
with
is
their
based on a
careers.
true story.
And they've both had
So what I
successful
used to do in here was a routine about Margaret Thatcher, because essentially what had happened was I went to go see a film called The Iron Lady, and I knew nothing about Margaret Thatcher. I didn't know anything about her or what she had done or how people felt about her. Maybe had a rough idea, but I just thought she was another woman that had been tainted, actually. And so I went to go see the film The Iron Lady, and I was blown away by this woman that came from this working class background, that was a greengrocer's daughter and then became the prime minister. And I was like, she was phenomenal, and she wore these epic suits, and like she was incredible, and she was so forthright in her beliefs, and she would not budge. And I was like, wow. And I came out of this film inspired by this woman I'd never heard of, who also had a very happy, healthy marriage. So she had a career and a marriage, and I came out and I was like, why is everybody not talking about Margaret Thatcher? Why is everybody not talking about... And I came out and I posted on my Facebook, I love Margaret Thatcher. Here's a word of advice. Don't do that. Don't post that on your Facebook page. I got annihilated in the comments. Annihilated. And I used to share this story, but they cut it because we didn't have time. And then I used to do an impression of Margaret Thatcher where she would say something like, watch your thoughts for your thoughts become words. Watch your words for your words become your actions. And watch your actions for they become your habits. And watch your habits for they become your character. And your character becomes your destiny.
Right, and here's what's interesting, right? When I was in a relationship, I loved it. I didn't think I would, right? Because I'm always like the single girl. So I'm always like, I don't need nobody. Screw you. I'm a strong, independent woman. Second I got a boyfriend, I'm like, I got your slippers, your dinner, your dessert.
This is one of my favourite routines.
And when I was in a relationship, I loved it. And here's how I see relationships. When we're born, right, you're all thrown into the ocean of life, and you're swimming in the ocean of life, and hopefully with your family, and your family there to look after you, and you're there with your mum, you're swimming in the ocean of life, and eventually your mum's like, go on, Louise, it's time to swim by yourself in the ocean of life. And you're like, okay, Mama, I'll try, but don't go too far, okay? Okay. Ooh, big wave, try to pay the rent. That's a hard wave to swim through by yourself, Mama. Ooh, big wave, I haven't figured out who I am yet, and I'm 25. Mama, I'm drowning. Oh, hey there, baby, what's your name? This ocean of life was way more fun with you, and I didn't notice that wave. I was having too much fun looking at your face, baby. Yes, I was. Mama, stop calling me. I'm busy. I'll call you back. Oh, yeah.
I like that juxtaposition of like, Mama, don't leave me, and then Mama, stop calling, I'm busy.
I'd love to swim around the ocean of life for a lifetime with you, baby. While these waves are problems, they don't hit me as hard because I'm swimming next to you. If only there was some kind of structural feature where these waves would be even easier, and it'd be you and I against the world, baby. Be you and I against the world, baby. Would you look at that? It's a boat. Wouldn't this ocean of life be so much easier to maneuver through if me and you were together in that little boat made for two, baby? That's a relationship boat is what that is. Oh, hell, that's a relationship.
And now, when I first did that joke, people would give it a round of applause because it's a relationship. And then as the years went on, people would start groaning. And I'd be like, yeah, you're groaning now because you've heard it. But like... it was hit and miss whether or not audiences like that bit. But this whole relationship boat routine, this is not something that you can open a show with. You have to punch them in the face when you open a show. This is something that you can do later that was more delicate, more whimsy, more of a story time. And it was one of my favourite routines to do.
Look, my relationship is so beautiful. I'm going to start packing things into our relationship. I'm going to start investing in our relationship. I'm going to go start a home. I'm going to make it so nice. There's all my love, care, and attention. That's all yours, baby. That's all yours. There's me shaving my legs every day for you, baby, every day. There's my iPhone charger, so when I stay at your house, my phone doesn't die. That's all yours. Oh, look at all the beautiful things I'm investing in the relationship boat. That's so exciting. Hey, baby. Baby. Well, how come you've not put anything into the boat? I put in everything I have. You ain't packed in shit. Oh, you tired? No, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so demanding and nagging. I know, I'm so sorry. No, you're right. You've had a hard day. Well, you relax, baby. I got this, boo-boo. I got this. Oh, here's Christmas with your family because you won't let me spend it with mine. Oh, is that my career? I'll put it on hold. I'll stay home and make your babies. Yes, I will. Hey, what's that? Is that my common sense? Oh.
Good. This is so cute. I love this.
Yes. Yes. I've been looking for you. It's getting kind of... I'm in love. I'm never gonna need this again. Come on, baby, get in the boat. It's time to sail. I can't wait to show you off to all my friends. They all think you're imaginary. Come on, baby. Get in the boat. Or you want to name the relationship. Okay. No, I'd like to give you one job. No, I'll go whatever you call. I promise I'll go whatever you call it. I want to give you one job. I'd sure hate it if you ever felt emasculated by me. What you want to call the relationship? No, go on, tell me. What's that? What you want to call it? Non-committal? That's nice. Is that French? I like that. My non-committal relationship. Look at my non-committal relationship. Oh, it's so fancy. Don't be jealous. Oh, it's under jealousy.
So I'm
Guys,
setting
so
up another callback
jealous.
here.
This is my non-committal relationship, okay? Look, when you stand here in the shore of life and you look for your relationship, you're never gonna find your relationship, okay? I used to be like you, but I want one now. It's not how it works. But I promise, day you stop looking, all of a sudden, your relationship will come find you, okay? So let me have my 5. It's very unattractive, this jealousy, okay? Come, baby, time to get in the boat. Baby, come on, get in the boat. Baby, in, out. It's not the hokey-cokey, baby. Get in the boat. Are you in or out of the relationship, baby? I just need you to get in the boat. Baby, what are you doing? Baby! Get off the jet ski! Get in the boat!
So I've had over half an hour my audiences now, and now I can go into longer, more deeper stories. And this idea of investing in a relationship and not getting out of it what you invested in it, I think is a very universal thing that everybody can relate to. But doing it in a whimsy kind of way, I think made it more acceptable to laugh at. It made it easier for people to be like, I'm okay with laughing at this. If I'd have opened the show with that, it never would have worked. It had to go in later. And so this is when I when the roller coasters start taking people down. And go into more serious stuff.
Now, when my ex-boyfriend decided to fuck off on a jet ski, I was floored by the end of the relationship, right? I've never been so floored by a relationship ending before, because I hadn't seen it before, I hadn't experienced it, right? And the lovely thing was, I moved back to my mum's house, and the lovely thing was that I became really close to my mum, and I love my mum, she's a legend. Give me a cheer if you're a big fan of your mama. Yeah. And what was lovely is the time my mum became a bit like my...
Girl, I can tell you've been crying and you need somebody to talk to. Girl, I can tell he's been lying and pretending that he's faithful and he loves you. Girl, you don't have to be hiding. Don't you be ashamed to say he hurt you. I'm your girl, you're my girl, we're your girls. Won't you know that we love you?
Yeah, now my mum's foreign. Give me a cheer if anyone here's got foreign parents. Lovely. Do they ever get their English wrong? Yeah, my mum gets her English wrong all the time, right? Which is ironic, really, because she teaches it as a foreign language, but hey, don't hate the player, hate the game, right? Now, people meet my mum and they expect her to talk like this, hello, I like the Queen, but she doesn't, she talks like this. And the reason being is when she first came over to England, she came over with my dad like 35 years ago. We were here first, don't blame me for the influx, right? And also, can I say I was born here, so I'm British, thank you. My mum tries to be like, you know you're Polish too. And I'm like, I'm British! I'm British! Get out of our country! And she came over with my dad, right? They got married and she had she had all us kids, right? And my dad started becoming very horrible towards my mum in every sense of the word and became very abusive in the marriage, right? And he treated her in a way that you shouldn't treat somebody, very disrespectful. And my mum got away from my dad when I was about maybe 7 years old. And ever since then, my dad's not really been around that much. Can you tell? Oh, I love that joke. I say joke. It's my life. Anyway. And in those days, to go back to Poland, it was a really religious Catholic country, so those days, to go back to Poland with a failed marriage, she would have been blamed. It wouldn't have been like, oh, well done for getting away, let's help you and support you. It would have been like, well, why didn't you put up and shut up and be a better wife? So she decided to stay in England and make it work. The land of dreams and Marks and Spencer's. Right? So excited. And so she stayed. So what she did to integrate herself into the community, because she was like, that's where I got to survive, right? She learned the language because she wanted to talk with like other people, right? So she wanted to talk in the same accent. So she used to listen to a lot of BBC News, right? And those were the days where they don't have the beautiful accents that we have now from all over the place, right? So she learned to speak English like this, so now she talks like this, but always gets it completely wrong. So you can still tell she's a massive immigrant. So my favourite bit of English she ever got wrong was, Luisa, I've noticed you've been going through lots of toilet roll recently. When you go, how many slices do yours? Go away, shut the door! I have seen it all before. Not recently, you haven't! I was going to say, there's hair there now where there didn't used to be, but actually there isn't, so it's fine. And my mum was really there for me at a time that I got really depressed. Now brace yourself, we're about to talk about depression. It's gonna get sexy. Now people don't like to talk about depression because it's not a sexy subject. Our physical health you'll happily share and talk to people about. You'll share it on all your social media sites about how you're feeling physically if you've lost weight. But our mental health, we're not in as much of a hurry to share. And I think that's such a shame that we don't put as much significance on our mental health because it's just as fucking valuable.
This was at a time when mental health wasn't talked about on stage. Mental health, depression, it was embarrassing to even mention. I remember when I first started doing this routine, I was embarrassed to say the word depression on stage. And it was only from doing previews where audiences responded that I learned that it was okay to do it. Again, this was 2012. This wasn't talked about freely at the time at all. And it certainly wasn't grounds for comedy. So this was always a hard bit to do. And there's a stereotype in England, with Edinburgh, that you do an Edinburgh show, you do a sad bit 40 minutes in, like 2/3 in, you do a sad bit 45 minutes in. And this is 40 minutes in. And the reason this is here is because I've earned the right to. So up until this point, it's been in your face, gag, 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 gag. So when I get to stuff that's more heavy, more serious, I've earned the right to talk about it and people are invested. Because if you can make people laugh, you can make them listen to about anything. And then hopefully you can, educate, empathise or entertain them. And I wanted to empathise here with people that may have been going through the same thing because it certainly helped me. So it's weird in a way. I was entertaining them in order for them to empathise with me, so I felt better, so I could empathise back to them. And everybody gets
Very often
educated.
the two are so related. If you're not physically feeling well, maybe mentally you need some work, and mentally you need some work, maybe physically you need to do something. Because you'll quite happily go to the gym and you'll spend, I don't know, anything from £25 a month. We're in London, come on,
Do you remember when it's £25 a month for a gym membership?
Going to the gym to work out, right? And I wish we had that kind of same investment in our mental health, and it's just as important. Like, wouldn't it be cool if there was like a mental health gym? Somewhere that was encouraged and cool to go to, babe. Somewhere that you could be like there, and you could be like, hey, Barry, good to see you. Yeah, I'm just working out my ex-boyfriend issues. That's right. Just working out my ex-boyfriend issues. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, if you like that, well, when I'm nice and strong, I'm gonna try and tackle my daddy ones. Not strong enough yet for the daddy ones, okay. Just keep working on ex-boyfriend because you don't want to hurt yourself. Are the two related? They couldn't possibly be. No relation here. If you think about mental health, sometimes maybe it's not your fault, babe. Maybe if we're feeling really shit about ourselves, maybe it's actually not technically our fault. Maybe there's something more going on. Maybe it's your genetics. Like, there's a whole nature-nurture debate. Maybe fucking you were born with it. It's like, hey, what did you get from your mama? I got my big, beautiful brown eyes. What did you get from your mama? I got bipolar. And depression is so common. There's so many of us that suffer with it. And I think there's two types of depression. I think there's the first type where you literally cannot get out of bed or face the day because it's easier to fall asleep than try and deal with what your head is doing to yourself because it's so exhausting, feeling so invaluable and so shit about yourself constantly. And maybe when you see a train going past, you think, fuck it, I'll jump. Not because you want to kill yourself or because you want to hurt people around you, but because it's so fucking exhausting feeling this shit about yourself in your own head constantly.
I remember doing that bit and feeling so self-conscious about talking about the idea of jumping in front of a train. And there was something really takes the sting out. Because you go, oh, I've said it out loud now, it's fine. I'm not going to do it. Like, I wouldn't do it.
but you have the thought of doing it, and you're like, oh my God, I've got the thought. It's like an intrusive thought. And then when you say it, like, oh no, I'm all right. And sharing it again on stage in a comedy room with girls felt really powerful. What I'm about to do next is set up another callback.
You just want some relief and some respite for a bit, right? And there's a second type of depression, which is the one that I think is a bit more popular. I'll take that too, please, thank you. And that's the one where I get it every now and then, where you'll wake up in the morning and you'll be like, well, I mean, I hate my life, but fuck it, I'll still make a sandwich. And if you look at the nature-nurture debate, and maybe it's our environment growing up, maybe our environment affected how we deal with things and how capable we are with dealing with things. That's why I think mental health is so important, to be educated in schools from a young age, so that we've got the tools to be able to support ourselves, so when shit does hit the fan, we're empowered enough to be able to deal with it, right? Because I've got loads of qualities, being a middle child, for example, that I share with other middle children. That's nothing from genetics, that's just my environment.
I love
for example,
this
let's have a little
routine.
experiment. Give me a cheer if you're a middle child. Who's a middle child? See, you guys, very diplomatic, great communicators. See, very sociable. Ooh, very diplomatic. That's one of our key skills. When the shit hits the fan, you want a middle child on board. Do you know why we're so good at handling a drama or if a fight kicking off? Because we're so used to being like, babe, what do you do? Come on now, give it back, guys. Let's be friends, right? We're so used to it. We're also very attractive and fabulous in bed. So that's a middle child.
So by saying fabulous in bed, I have set up the idea that everyone's safe because I've complimented you. So I've said, you're a middle child, you're fabulous in bed. So that tells the audience, hey, you're safe, I've complimented you, got nothing to worry about. Eldest, give me a cheer.
You're the eldest.
Big cheer.
See, natural leaders.
You're leaders.
Natural
Again,
fucking
another compliment.
leaders, right? People often come to you for advice. Do you know why they come to you first? Because you're the first one to fuck it up in the family.
Just getting the audiences feeling safe. Just slowly coaxing them in, ready for the trap I'm setting.
Who's finally got the youngest? Give me a cheer if you're the youngest. Ah, look at me, look at me.
Every time.
So
Wah!
needy,
They'd be
aren't
so
they?
excited to cheer. Every time.
And I'm not even going to do the only child because you've not had enough attention all your lives, okay? Only children. Only children, you've got no idea how easy you've had it. Now, my little brother's the youngest in my family, right? And he was always complaining that he was depressed. And I'd be like, shut up, you're a twat. I think it really helped. And Christmas, not long ago, we had a really shit Christmas. We had a horrible Christmas, right? Christmas not long ago, my little brother took an overdose and he tried to kill himself. Now, has anybody here ever tried to kill themselves before? Am I right, ladies? Hashtag awkward. Okay.
By making it awkward, it eases the
I'll
tension
tell
in
you
the
what
room.
happened, right? Christmas Day is his birthday, right? So in this Polish tradition that we celebrate Christmas Eve more so than Christmas Day. So my mum carries on the tradition here, right? And also because it's his birthday and Christmas Day, we like to make more of it, separate the two. So on Christmas Eve, what you do is you don't eat all day. You're not allowed any food all day. And then when the first star comes out, you sit down, you lay out all the food, and you start eating, but you're not allowed any meat all day, right? And you're quite hungry. Like, I go around most of the day being like, Mum, I'm starving. She's like, you're hardly starving. I'm like, thank you. So we all sat around the table, right? And no matter how many people are sat around the table, you got to save a place for Jesus. Just in case Jesus drops by. Because you'd sure hate it if the 1 year you're like, Mama, I'm a bit squashed. I'm squashing Jesus' chair. All of a sudden, ding dong, Jesus, what? There's no chair. I'm going next door. No.
I love the idea of Jesus showing up and then getting annoyed there's no chair. Also, what's really interesting for me as I watch this, and I know not everybody likes to watch themselves. This was the best time of my life doing the show. It changed the game for me entirely. I get so much joy from watching it, but I haven't watched it in such a long time because there's so much sadness for me with this show that it feels nice to see it again. And what's amazing is the connections to my current work, God is All, the musical, the references to Jesus, the Bible of Beyoncé, the mum being at the head of the table. It's just amazing how you look back and you realise, oh, you were working towards this thing all along.
So we saved a place for Jesus. Right, we're all sat at the table like, oh, is Jesus coming round? I hope Jesus coming round. Oh, Mum, where's Jesus? Oh, is that the doorbell or the wind? Oh, where's Jesus? Oh. And my mum's always like, Luisa, stop mocking Jesus. I'm like, who's mocking him? Hello, apparently he's always here. I don't know where I have to save him the seat, but you know. She's like, Luisa, stop being so rude about Jesus. I'm like, hello, who's being rude? He's not eating his fish. So we had the dinner, right, and it was really nice. And everyone just did their own thing, right? And it got to midnight, and I ran up to my brother's room to sing happy birthday to him, because what guy doesn't like happy birthday being sung in by his older sister? Hello, right? So I ran in, and in his room, he was kind of hanging off the bed, right? And he's hanging off the bed, and his arm and leg were all off, and he was all out of it. And his eyes were like rolled to the back of his head, and he didn't look well. And it was clear that he'd taken an overdose. He took an overdose of pills, right? And we rushed him into A&E, and in A&E, they put him in a separate room. They didn't have him out on the main wall with everybody else. They kind of had him hidden from everybody, right? I'm there with him, and it's a really stressful time, right? Because you feel really like you don't know what to do in this situation. And my mum is distraught, right? She's devastated. So she's like outside, like cleaning the car, whatever she's doing. Apparently it helps. But, so it's just me sat in the room with him, and I remember feeling so embarrassed. And I know that's not a nice thing to admit to, but I remember feeling so embarrassed and so ashamed, because I've got a good family, right? I've got a really good family. Somebody trying to kill themselves doesn't happen in my family.
That was the bit that made me feel connected to audiences, to admit the shame, take the sting out.
But here I am, and he's just tried to do it. And I'm sat there with him, right? And I didn't know what to do, because nobody tells you what to do in that situation. The nurse came in, I was so relieved, because I thought, well, at least he'll get the professional help that he needs now, right? At least he'll get professional help now, so maybe this is like a silver lining, right? Because he was complaining of depression for a long time, and none of us ever took him seriously, because every time that he'd say he was depressed, I would always be like, that's because nobody likes you. Yeah. Hey, you know when I'm feeling like, oh, I'm really depressed, I hate myself, it usually just means that I'm hungry. Would you like a sandwich? That was how much I tried to help him, right? So I was so relieved when the nurse came in, and she goes, hi there, Miss Omalon.
It's a callback.
It's Omulan, it's very simple, sorry. Unfortunately, your brother's not scored enough points to see a doctor or a psychiatrist at this time. Sorry, not enough points. No, he hasn't. See, because you're here with him, you go down as his primary carer. So what we're going to do is we're going to monitor him, and then we're going to send him home with you, and then you can look after him and bring him back to see a doctor in 6 to 8 weeks' time. All right? No, Matt, you can't have me as a primary carer. I fucking got him here in the first place. Don't fucking put him up with me. No, it's just the way it works. He hasn't scored enough points. I'm sorry. So we're just going to make sure he's stable. Once we're sure he's stable, we'll send him back with you. Okay? Okay. So you can't see like just a doctor for like 5 minutes just for like a little chat? No, sorry. Oh, okay. Sure. Did you hear that, mate? You didn't get enough points. So you're gonna have to do something more crazy. And I remember feeling really embarrassed and really ashamed and really desperate. I was so desperate for somebody to take care of the situation, so I rang my dad. I don't speak to him very often, but I didn't know who else to call, right? So I ring my dad and I go, hi, Dad, it's Louisa. Who? Louisa, your daughter. Hello. Hi. Listen, it's about your son. I'm in A&E with him, and he's all right, he's stable, but I just needed to tell you that he's taken an overdose, and he's tried to kill himself. I didn't know who else to call, so I'm calling you because I'm sorry to wake you up and I'm sorry to bother you, so I just didn't know who to... Louisa, listen to me. Louisa, listen to me. Thank you for calling me. Here's what I want you to do. Why don't you get him to give me a call when he gets out? Thank you, Daddy. Merry Christmas. You sure are making those issues louder by the day, Daddy. Louder by the day. And I remember feeling not very Beyoncé. Not Beyoncé at all. And it's not a nice, strong, independent woman thing to admit to, but I remember feeling so desperate for a man to come in and be like, I got this. I'm going to take care of you and your family, and there wasn't that figure. Because all I can see is my family falling apart in front of me, and I'm sat next to him, and I don't know what to say to him. I'm not in a position to say, you're going to be fine, everything's going to be okay, I'm going to take care of you, because everything's not okay. Because he's been with me, that he's here. So you tell me, what do I say to him now to make sure that tomorrow, for the 20 seconds that I'm not watching him like a hawk, that he doesn't try to do it again, but tomorrow he'll succeed. So you tell me, what the fuck do I say to him now to make him not feel the need to do that again? And nobody tells you what to say. I remember looking at him and feeling like you are so loved. You could not be more loved. You have no idea how very, very loved you are. Please don't ever feel the need to do this again. If you ever feel like this again, you come and talk to me because I'm your sister. I've got your back. You come and ask me, okay? And I'll always remember it because as the clock hit 5 o'clock in the morning, and he stirs and he goes, Louisa, I'm just so tired. I'll never forget what I said to him. Because I turned to him and I went, you're tired! You're bloody tired! It's 5 o'clock in the morning, you dickwad! You've been asleep for 4.5 hours, I've been awake! 12? Who takes 12? Do some permanent damage. You should have taken 20! Jesus, you can't even do that properly. Here's an idea. Next time you fancy having a go at killing yourself, next time you want to have a go at killing yourself, do us all a favour and come and ask me how! Oh my God. See what I mean? You don't love me. Nobody loves me. None of you love me. Nobody loves me. Nobody loves you. Nobody loves you. I broke your shit up with a stick.
And that is my favourite callback of all time. And it references so many things. It talks about, coming from a broken family dynamic, coming from mental health problems, coming from not having much money, just striving to make things work. And I loved doing that bit. And it's amazing watching it now that so many themes are still reflected in my everyday life. And how it was then, how it is now, and just how many times circumstances really do keep us in patterns of behaviour that's actually really hard to break, and all we can do is our best. And I think people really resonated to that, and because that was such a sad bit, I needed to lift the room. So the immediate next thing was to pick 2 audience members and to get them up, and because basically we're cutting the tension, so everyone's stressed, crying, and I get 2 people up. Now, these 2 was actually Delia and Pass, who I mentioned before, who is from university. They didn't know I was going to do this, but I had to get them up to be like,
Hi, what are your names?
you're going to be my backup dancers. They had no idea they were about to do this.
Oh, Pascal. Hi, guys. Thank you so much.
So Pascal hated me for this. Delia was so up for it. But audiences always really liked it. Audiences always liked watching themselves on stage.
Just stand here for me. Just thank you so much. Just stand there. Thank you so much. And just thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Just thank you for being here for me. I just really thank you. I just really thank you so much. Give me a cheer if you're single. We're happy, aren't we? We're happy. Give me a cheer if you are in love. Go fuck yourselves.
And what this did was just reset the room, because I just take them on a really sad bit and then I pull the rug from them and then I need to lift them up again. And this was just like a palate cleanser that I needed to make them feel more centered again and safe. I always remember doing this bit at Soho Theatre, and a professional dancer came up and wiped the floor and the audience went feral, and I was like, I've just worked for 55 minutes and you've just stolen the show. I mean, I held my own gag, but still. Kelly and Michelle, ladies and gentlemen. So now we need a reset. So I needed to reset the room because I've just done a really sad bit and I
The one that
wanted
should have
them
put a ring on
to
it was
audiences to
Irish.
feel good and feel better because lift them because I've just taken them on
He
a
had a really
journey
sexy
about male
accent.
suicide and
You could
depression,
say anything, you made
and
me
now
really
I'm lifting
horny.
them by
You'd be like,
something.
"I fucking
It's like a
killed
palate
babies."
cleanser, and so this was the perfect time
Say it
to put
again, say it
in
again.
one of my favourite routines.
Now, did you know that cows have accents depending on the region that they're from? This is a fact. If you get this in a quiz, it's true. So, for example, like an English cow is like English, moo, standard, right? A Scottish cow would be like Scottish, moo. An Irish cow would be like Irish, moo. I know it's a cow, but I still would like, oh, all them titties. It's amazing. And a Welsh cow is like, hello, I'm from Wales, very friendly, moo, moo. However, this works for any country and any dialect, so shout out some countries, we'll do some cows. Where? Go on. Australia. Oh, wow. Okay,
Always got Jamaica and France.
where? Jamaica?
And Australia.
Australia. Poland. Poland is the agenda of the actual Twitch.
Every time.
Right.
Every time.
Australian is that Australian. Oh, hi. Hey, doll. How's it going? Doll, welcome to the coffee shop, doll. You just stand. You suddenly big here. Yeah. I'm sorry, doll. Were you expecting good customer service? No, we're just being relaxed, so we'll just bring it to you when we feel like it. No.
I had a bad experience in Sydney in a cafe, okay? It really left a
What I
mark.
can do is like a New York Jew. Where it's like, hello, can I get a coffee to go? Hello, Mo. And what did you say, Jamaican? Yeah, thanks, Jamaican. Thanks. Okay, cool. Give the white girl Jamaica. I see what you're doing there. I mean, give the olive girl Jamaican. Let's keep it real. Okay, don't do Jamaican cow. Luckily for you lot, I've done black before. Am I right? Am I right? Am I right? Am I right? Okay, Jamaican. Oh yeah. The thing is about doing a Jamaican cow, when you do a Jamaican cow, you can't stand still because you have to start gyrating. Yes. Because you know when you're in the club, them and the man them come up behind you and he hold you proper close. He hold you proper close. And you're like, this is my personal space, that's your personal space. There be no personal space. I can feel your willy against me. This is very, very sexual. It's not sexual at all. It's how we dance in my culture, how we dance in my culture. Oh my God, your willy's inside me now. I'm pregnant. I'm definitely pregnant. Let me give you a Jamaican cow. Moo. So, Louisa, you still haven't told us. Why did you and your ex-boyfriend break up? Okay, I will. Reluctantly.
This is an hour in. An hour in, and I'm finally telling you about the boyfriend.
We were best friends for a couple of years, right? And I was totally crazy in love with him. And then we dated for about a year. And then after that, it was off and on for about another year. Off and on, off and on, off and on. You know the kind of relationship that just won't die. I thoroughly recommend, if you have some self-esteem that you would like to get rid of, engage in one of those bad boys or watch it go. Watch it go. And he was the one that wasn't sure. I was always sure, right? And he'd always be like, Louisa, I love you. Like, I proper love you. Like, do you know that? Like, I love you. I'm just not ready for, like, a relationship, but I love you, Louisa. I just can't give you what you want, but I love you. But I love you. But I do love you. I don't know why you're crying. I think I made it very clear. Like, come on now. Look, at least I've been honest, you know. Like, I love you. But I love you, so it's up to you to decide. You know what? Yeah. Because you know what? Do you know what, Louisa? I'm going to marry you. Fuck it, I won't. I don't know why I said that. Sorry. And I was like, oh, okay, sure, baby, whatever you want. Oh, no problem. Yeah. And all my friends would be like, babe, what are you doing with this for? Like, he's clearly not in love with you. You need to let him go. Like, and I'd be like, oh my God, you are so jealous. What is your problem? Look, he just doesn't like calling it a relationship. You just don't understand, guys. This is your problem. You don't understand, like, men. Like, hello, like, it's like Shakespeare, like, a rose by any other name. Like, that's what it is, like a relationship. Just because I don't call it a relationship doesn't mean it's not a relationship, does it? It's just he doesn't like calling it that. That's just how guys are. They just don't like calling it things like that, okay? Like, but it is one, because he calls me first thing in the morning and last thing at night. When we make love, he looks me in the eyes and he's like, I proper fucking love you. Why would he do that? Unless he didn't, okay? Because we walk down the street and he holds my hand. So if that's not love, babe, I don't know what it is. It's just like calling it a relationship. That's all it is, okay? And besides of which, I was cool with no commitment. Wait, let me take that back. It was you, so I went with it. Destiny fulfilled? No? Okay. It's nice to see that you all did your homework when you came to a show called What Would Beyoncé Do? And it got to the point where he walked me to the train station, right? And he cups my face at the train station. He's like, Louisa, I'm really sorry, Badger, but I can't do this anymore. Like, it's over, Badger. He used to call me Badger. That was like his nickname for me. He'd be like, you're my Badger. You're my Badger. You're my Badgerella. I know, right? I'm like, ooh. One time I went to Topshop and I found a T-shirt with a picture of a badger on it. So I bought it and I'd wear it and I'd be like, oh, I'm your badger.
I love that badger joke, the badger t-shirt. Again, it's like soft and hard, soft and hard, soft and hard. I really liked how it broke up the tension. And this is coming to the end of the show now. This is the last, 15 minutes.
He's covering my face at this train station. He's like, I love you, Badger. Like, you know that. Like, it's a grey T-shirt. Like, I love you. It's got to end now. Like, I'm just not ready. But I love you, Badger. I really love you. And Louise, you need to listen to me. Even though it's over now, I want you to know that I hope that life treats you kind. Okay? And I hope that you have everything that you've ever dreamed of.
My audiences
And I wish you joy,
at one show started singing along,
happiness,
and then it became a thing to sing along.
but above all of this, I wish you love.
We didn't have the licensing for it here.
No, so sorry. And I was like, okay, sure, baby, cool. Okay, well, call me next week when you love me again. Bye. I'll just get on my train to do now. Choo choo. Bye. And I didn't hear from him again. And I was like, oh, that's weird. He's not contacted me for like a week and 2 weeks and 3 weeks. Why is he not contacted? That's weird. Normally he'd call me by now to get it back on again. Like, why is he not calling me? And the reason he didn't call me is because he met somebody else. And he started a relationship with somebody else. And I remember at the time feeling so flawed because I thought that you weren't ready. And people say don't take it personally. How do you not take it personally? It's not that you didn't want a relationship. You just didn't want a relationship with me. And at the time, that left me feeling so insignificant and worthless. Like my love for him meant nothing. Like his love for me meant nothing. Because we were both holding on. But then you let go to grab another branch. But that meant that I just fell. And at the time, it felt like such a slap in the face. How quickly I was replaced. And are you thinking of me when you are? It's the radio edit, and yes, we are going to have a sing-along bit.
So brace yourselves. I love this bit so much. It was so much fun to do. Because the love that you gave that we made.
The love that you gave that we made was unable to make it enough for you to be.
Oh, but why?
And you know! And every time you speak her name, does she know how you told me and hold me until midnight? Till midnight! But say bitches out here to remind you of the mess you left when you went away. It's not fair to deny me of the cross I bear that you get to me. That's my boat! That's my boat! She's got my boat! Get the boat back quick! 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 You gotta get the boat back! Come back! Come back! Bring the boat back! Hi there, crazy lady walking along the beach pretending to be Rose from Titanic. What's your problem? You gotta help me, that's my boat. She's taking my relationship, there's 4 years of my life in that boat. She's taking it, you gotta get my boat back. I need my boat back, that's my boat. She's taking my relationship. That's not very nice. Let's have a little look. That's not your relationship, that's obviously their relationship. Oh, they look so happy in that little relationship. No, that was my boat. She got my boat, that's my boat. Stop being a cray-cray bitch. Walk walking around butt naked. Put some clothes on.
I forgot about that.
You shouldn't deny other people their happiness. That's a horrible trait. Don't be jealous for other people. That's very unattractive. Let me see you be happy for them. Jesus. Every other week I get one of you wailing bitches. That's my religion. No. Come here. Let me give you a lesson that somebody once taught me. When you stand here by the shore of the ocean at life, when you look for your relationship, you're never gonna find your relationship. But I promise, the day you stop looking, all of a sudden, no! You can at least give me my iPhone charger! They're expensive. It's just what you want, isn't it, when you're heartbroken, just to go into the Apple store and buy 2 bits of shit that cost like £100 each, just to charge up your phone and get, oh, no more messages ever, thank you so much. And he sails off in his new relationship and he threw my heart overboard and my heart got washed up and I picked it up and it's there all deflated and got seaweed and like urine on it, like where people are weed in the ocean. I mean, I do it too, what's the point in going all the way in, do you know what I mean? And I didn't know how to fix it. I haven't seen a good, strong relationship work around me. I didn't know how to fix it. So I thought, well, if you're going to look up to anybody, you may as well be the queen bee, right? And she's like, well, be an independent woman. Hang out with your girls. Go run the world. It's there for the taking. So I spent a good 2 years of my life just with my deflated, broken heart trying to fix it, like... Maybe I'll do some yoga classes. Get rid of some of that cellulite I've been talking about. It's not a bad idea.
My heart started beating again because I'm fixing it.
Maybe my friends tell me I'm pretty. Okay, I got a hairy chin sometimes, but I do okay. Hey, maybe this is an opportunity for you to start focusing on yourself and your own wants and aspirations and dreams, and maybe you could focus on your career. I mean, you've always wanted to do comedy. I know in 5 minutes they think you're a bit batshit because they don't really get you, but maybe if you could put it together with some kind of pop culture references, and then, I don't know, give it some kind of structure. I don't know, you could go up to Edinburgh Fringe Festival and have one of the most successful debut shows to come out of there, and 5 years later, if you're really lucky...
That changed every year depending on what was happening.
You're really lucky, maybe a little time later, they might let you film it for like the BBC or something, I don't know. Can't come true. I fixed it. I fixed my broken heart. I'm finally ready. I think I'm ready. I think it's time. I fixed my broken heart. I think it's finally time. I think I'm just gonna have a look on his Twitter. Oh no, not the Twitter page. Shut up, Hart. You don't know what you're talking about. You made me fall in love with him in the first place. I'm never listening to you again. Please, stay away. Mr. Vagina?
I thought you died.
I thought you died.
By the way, it's always be guys that'll be like, why is it Mr. Vagina? Shouldn't it be Miss Vagina? No, I wanted to call it Mr. Vagina, so it's Mr. Vagina. Thank you.
No, I've been hibernating for a long time. Like Hedgehog, please do not look at Twitter page. Please do not look at Twitter page. Guys, it's fine. He was in my life for like 4 years. What should we do? Just forget about him? It's been like 4 months. And I just want to see what he's up to. Like, I'm fine. Guys, I'm fine. I just want to see what he's up to. I just want to see if, you know, he just says anything that maybe I should get in touch or something. I just want to see how... I mean, for the love of God, do not look at I beg you, please stop. Because I'm fine. Like, oh my God, he's got a picture. He's got a picture. I'm just going to look at the picture. For the love of God, do not open picture. Listen, I'm not listening to you, okay? I don't know why you're Eastern European. I think that's very strange, okay? Oh, please. Like, you can take the girl out to Poland. Very true, Mr. Vagina. High five, high five. Look, he's just got a picture on his Twitter. I'm just going to open the picture. Hashtag L.O.V.E. Oh my God, I'm just going to open the picture. For the love of God, I beg you, do not open picture. God.
I love the gulp of Mr. Vagina.
What's the worst that could happen? I'm just going to open the picture. Ooh. I mean, maybe they're not that happy. I mean, Instagram makes everything look more romantic. So maybe he's not that. Maybe he's not that happy. But he's got his happy face on. That was the face I knew. I don't know why he'd be happy. Like, I thought maybe you might be missing me because I still miss you. And I don't understand why you wouldn't be missing me when I still miss you. That was meant to be man-bolt. That was man-bolt. Someone like you.
I used to love this bit. I would crawl into a spotlight. When I got a production team, that was the first thing I asked for, was a spotlight. I used to love milking this bit.
Come on, Louisa, you gotta get up. You gotta get off the kitchen floor. I don't wanna get up. I don't even want a sandwich. Come on, Louisa, you gotta get up and you gotta be somebody. Go somewhere. I don't want to go anywhere. I don't know why the whole world hates me. All I ever did was love him. Come on, Louisa. Come on. You just gotta think to yourself, well, what would Beyoncé do?
And I ended the show with the show title. Opened with the show title, ended with the show title. I would crawl out the sea. And that's the show. And it would end on Survivor, and everybody would be dancing and in their seat, and then they'd all like get up on their feet and start dancing in the aisles. And I remember getting standing ovations and feeling magic to receive one. Feeling like, wow, I can't believe I was able to get a standing ovation. Like, it was that good, I was able to get a standing ovation. And what they didn't include in this recording, because there wasn't any time, is how the show ended. So we get a standing ovation, everyone cheering, everyone clapping, everyone doing this bit, whatever. This was gorgeous. And then the song would continue, and I would pause it and be like, guys, now I know a lot of you, let me get the song up so you can hear it. So in Edinburgh, I would do that show, and it would end on the bucket speech, and I'd ask people for money. And then you would never end an Edinburgh show with the bucket speech. You don't want to leave people on a high and then ask for money. You want to leave them on a high, ask for money, leave them on another high. So the very, very end would be, we would all do cow impressions of Destiny's Child. So this part of the song. So I'd be like, guys, are you ready to do a Destiny's Child moo? And they'd be like, yeah. And I'd be like, ready? And I'd get the whole crowd to go, Mo, 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 Mum, I'm Louise Oman, I'm Big Love, thank you. And that's how the show would end. And that was my show that I took to Edinburgh in 2012 in a room above a pub. So, thank you for watching my beautiful show. It feels weird to see it after all this time. That was a show that I spent the best part of 5 years performing, and when it finished at the Free Fringe, it got picked up, and I think I had like 10 sellout runs at Soho Theatre, and it was like a record at the time. And I remember the like comedy director there being like, we've never seen such a diverse audience. You've got black girls, white girls, Asian girls, mixed girls, everybody from all different races and faces coming in, and we're not used to this. This is amazing. And obviously times have changed now. Like now, you know, they pride themselves on diversity. That at the time, it wasn't reflected in mainstream stand-up. And I think that's one of the reasons why there was kind of, the industry didn't really like that show. The industry never really cared for it. I remember selling out Soho Theatre, and to be booked there was prestigious. And I had a 10-night run that sold out, and I got a standing ovation for 10 minutes. And like the Evening Standard gave it like 3 stars. And I couldn't make the connection between why aren't you seeing what's in the room? And I think that so many things with artists and with talent and with when it starts breaking through and you're doing something new or different, it takes a while for the existing infrastructure to catch up. So now girls' shows are like, you know, they're much more frequent, as they should be. And like I said, this was a show that came through, and years later I remember doing festivals with these incredible artists, and like Hannah Gadsby, like Fleabag, like Daniel Sloss, like Michael Che. And like, it was such an exciting time for stand-up. Ronnie Chang, I remember doing all these shows with them, and it was exciting, and I was breaking through, and I was suddenly being in rooms with headliners where these comics have been going for 20 years. I remember being in the with like Jason Byrne and, you know, Tommy, what's his name? Tommy Tiernan, and being like, oh shit, I'm in these rooms with people, and I'm not a stand-up that's been going 20 years. I can't do what they do. But the show opened the doors for me. And I loved doing that show, and I would have meetings with TV producers, and I don't think I met anybody that didn't come from a privileged background, and it was predominantly men, and even the women that were involved kind of played the boys' club game. And I had a brilliant agent called Debbie at the time who loved the show and was there every week, like yes. And I've had one agent my entire career for like 18 months, and that was Debbie. And we were trying to get it to TV and pitch it. And they were like, we loved the audiences, but they didn't get it. They loved the audiences. They loved who I was appealing to, and they loved the response I was getting, but they didn't understand the nuance of it. I remember being like, look, why don't we write the TV show for you? You can just create it. We'll write it for you. Okay, we've got these boys. They write everything. They're great. And you can be a creator, and we can open with you like walking down the street with a pair of hot pants, with your cellulite out and a can of lager, and be like, bitch, I'm Beyoncé. And I was like, that's not the show. That's not what it is. And I had so many meetings like that. And then when I'd create a pilot that I wrote, that I wanted what I stuff, it just didn't get commissioned. It was just timing. It's just luck with these things of what comes through and what doesn't. And I guess for the longest time, I felt kind of left behind because I was on such a momentum and such a trajectory. And I wrote a follow-up, Am I Right, Ladies? Which I wanted people to have access to. And Netflix wasn't really a thing at the time. So I crowdfunded DVDs. I pre-ordered DVDs for people. People could pre-order them. And I crowdfunded Am I Right, Ladies? And I was so proud. And I would put on these Valentine's parties where after that show, people would want to go out and dance. So every Valentine's, I was like, come spend it with me. And I'd perform what Beyoncé do. And afterwards, I'd have a DJ turn into a party. It would be epic night out. And that was self-funded, self-promoted. I'd take out bank loads to put it on. And I loved it because I loved it so much. And then I filmed Am I Right, Ladies? And then after 5 years, the BBC approached and were like, why don't we film the show? Because I wasn't getting the TV that was reflective of the work, I focused on live. I just focused on kept doing live. And so when the BBC were like, well, let's film what you do, I was so excited and so happy and so grateful. And I got paid £10,000 and we filmed that special and it looks beautiful. And then on the day it came out, I was so excited because I was like, my life's going to change. And as luck would have it in the show, rug pull, my mum got diagnosed with stage 4 stomach and bowel cancer, and she died 6 weeks later. And that changed my life completely, and changed the trajectory I was on, changed my focus, changed everything for me. And it's been years of just out in the wilderness figuring stuff out, and I went back to comedy. I worked in stand-up immediately afterwards, but I couldn't do dick jokes. I couldn't do thigh gap jokes. I started doing jokes about euthanasia and cancer and inequality and the social contract, and I started doing that because I wanted to use my platform. And what's amazing is now I'm creating a show called God is a Woman, the musical, all about Mary Magdalene, and it feels very similar to how What Would Beyoncé Do felt when I started making it. It's exciting, it's different. I love the reaction I'm getting from audiences, and it's joyful, but it has depth to it, a depth that I couldn't have written had I not experienced the last 15 years. So thank you for watching, if you've got this far, for indulging me in my self-indulging looking back. It's my life's work that I'm so proud of. I gave that show everything. I've given comedy everything, and I love it. It makes me very proud to watch it. So I hope, if you have got this far, I don't know if anybody's watching still, I hope you follow the voice, the itch that's like, I've got an idea to do. I hope you follow it. I hope you pull that thread and keep pulling it. And when people are like, no, that doesn't work, that's not how it works, that's not what stand-up looks like, that's not how a stand-up sounds, that's not what you should be doing, I don't think you should be doing that. It doesn't have to make sense to them. It just has to make sense to you and the people you're doing it in front of. In fact, the more they say, that's not how you do it, the more you know that you're on the right track. That's how I know I'm on the right track with God is a Woman, the musical. Because people are like, but you can't sing and you can't play music and you haven't got any musicians or band or any kind of producers. And I'm like, well, yeah. And I'm telling you it's going to be a hit. And now I am building a band and I have got people supporting it. And Patreon is the place that's enabling that. So I haven't had any ads on this video because of the music stuff. So if you've enjoyed it at all and want to support the work, Patreon is the place to do it. Patreon. Thank you so much. Thank you. I've loved it. This has been a lovely afternoon. Like and subscribe for more. Big love.